of opportunity for everyone to improve, get excited about, and that's going to be about protection products. And so one of our key drivers is offering advice and solutions. So going over these protection products goes hand in hand with that. And as we end the year, we want to drive those goals up higher. We want to exceed those expectations. I know Danny's tracking that. And we want to make those improvements. So over the next few weeks, maybe months, Melissa and I are going to host a series of meetings surrounding protection products. So today's just kind of an introduction. We don't want to overload you with too much information. So down the road, we're going to get into the specifics more to increase your knowledge, but also to help you with sharing those best practices, what works and what doesn't work with members.
Yeah, the point of this meeting is kind of just to get everybody a little bit more excited about offering protection products, because at the end of the day, we're not trying to sell these things to members just because we're trying to sell them and to reach those goals. It's because they really benefit our members. And sometimes if we're not excited about it, they're not going to be excited about it either, and they don't really recognize those benefits that and those opportunities that they have in order to benefit their financial well-being. So we just wanted to touch on that today.
Yeah, Melissa recently attended the advanced protection product courses. So she was really inspired by what they shared, and now she's applying what she learned to members and having quite a bit of success with that.
Yeah.
So what we'll go ahead and do is share with you a video that Yuka was able to play for that class. Wow, how impactful was that? What did you see Albert do to share the value? Exactly. He tailored it just for them. He didn't bore them with disability and involuntary unemployment, probably because he uncovered that they're retired, they wouldn't be eligible for that, or even if they were, the thing that mattered most is the loss of life, because they're approaching that age where they're more likely to pass away, and sure enough, that's unfortunately what happened.
That's the thing, right? Like, you don't know what's going to happen next, right? They didn't know what was happening next. She was like, oh, we have life insurance. But like you said, two months later, right, her husband had passed away. And she didn't have to use that big portion of life insurance to pay that $16,000 loan, right? So with that, what questions did Albert ask in order to uncover that need? Exactly.
Or what do you have in place in case one of you were to pass away? So when you lose that income, it's going to be a lot harder to manage those bills. So having that ability to waive that balance in full is immensely helpful. Now, why do you feel Albert was able to change the member's mind? Because at first she was like, I don't think so. I don't think we need that. Absolutely. I think right from the beginning, when he understanding what the reason of the personal loan was for, he was streamlining them out to get what he was eligible for.
Yeah.
But he knew, hey, there is a risk, and he would have tremendous value in getting this brought to house. Yeah, it's a huge expense to put this burden on his wife. And like Sue said, maybe he had an inkling that his health wasn't in the best condition and anything can happen, so he wanted to make sure they were both protected.
Awesome. So the next thing we're going to talk about, because our protection products doesn't just include Payment Shield Plus, it also includes MRC and GAP, right? So looking at this picture, how many of you had at least one of these things happen to you? You went to a mechanic and you got set with the bill and it was huge. Your jaw dropped. You had a flat tire on the road, or you had to push your car because it stopped working, or you honestly had no idea who to call, what to do because your engine stopped working and you couldn't figure out where to go. I know for sure at least two of those things have happened to me. So
Hey, one of those happened to me here at work. When it
yeah,
was raining, right after we got off, both of my tires went flat.
yeah. And then last week, my car battery died twice during the week. So it happens a lot, not just with used cars, but also new cars. So it's definitely something that our members can relate to because if it happened to us, it sure as heck has happened to them, right? So it's definitely good to ask those questions when they come in. Why are you getting a new car? What happened to the previous car? And then kind of relating that experience back to MRC. Hey, we have a product that can help you out with these things. In case anything were to happen to you, MRC offers, for example, 24-hour roadside assistance. It doesn't just include those mechanical repairs, but it also includes transporting your vehicle somewhere where it can get fixed. So it's definitely important in order to offer those products and kind of figuring out why or uncovering those needs that our members um, like members don't necessarily mention that they have by asking those correct questions and providing those products and offering those solutions for them. Because even if they have extended warranty at the dealership, that doesn't mean that our MRC doesn't cover things that their extended warranty doesn't, right?
Yeah, how many of you knew that it reimbursed you for a rental car? Or that it covered, several days of a hotel stay when you're not near your house? So these are additional features that you can tie into the member's needs so they can see the benefit and value of that product. And so we'll go over some member stories. Do any of you have a member story where you either offered one of these protection products and the member saw the value in it, or a story where the member came in to file a claim for one of these or mention how it helped them in their life? Yeah, awesome.
That's
Thank
perfect.
you, Isabel, for sharing that. And you help the members see the value in it. You asked the question because it brought up their past experiences and they felt, yes, there is a need for this. So I had a situation with Gap as well where I offered it to a member, and it was on a brand new vehicle. I think it was a Toyota Tacoma. And with Toyotas, they really retain their value. So he thought, the Kelley Blue Book's in line with the cost of this car. I don't really see the need for it. But he started to see the benefit when I told him, you're fully protected. Like if there's depreciation, the minute you drive this off the lot, it could depreciate in value a couple thousand, and you don't want to have to pay that out of pocket. So he did get it. And this is a true story. He came in a month later, and he said, hey, Laren from across the branch, thank you for offering me Gap. I actually totaled my truck this month, and my insurance company didn't give me a full settlement. And so he had to pay like $1,500 out of pocket had he not gotten that Gap plan on his vehicle. really does impact members and help them. So, does anyone have any other stories, maybe about PSP or MRC? That's awesome.
Yeah.
Sometimes just mentioning just a little bit about what the product does and offers can instantly get their attention and awareness. You don't have to dive into too many details about what the product does or how to be eligible or how to file a claim. You can answer those questions if members ask you those, but we want to keep it really simple, really basic, so that it hits home. So that's an excellent example of what happens when we don't offer it. We're doing the member a disservice because look how much money they could have saved instead of having to waste their life insurance on that.
Yeah. And honestly, it's just bringing it up to the member, right? If Rose didn't bring that up to the member, they probably would have thought, oh, maybe they don't offer it anymore. Like, they wouldn't have thought about it themselves. Like, the name Payment Shield Plus is kind of, like, I wouldn't remember that if I honestly didn't work here. If somebody had told me that, like, I honestly would not have known what it was. So it's definitely important just bringing it up to the member, getting them aware of the product and all the benefits of the product, because you're not going to fully understand it unless either something has happened to you, right? Because now, Yaneli, look, you're recognizing the benefit because of what happened to your mom's car. So in that situation, it's definitely important just to bring that awareness to the member. Like I said, we're not trying to sell it to the member. We're trying to look out for their best interest at the end of the day. And yeah, a story about like MRC, for example. Last year, there was a claim for a 2016 BMW. They got into a really bad accident, and repairs cost a total of $31,860. Right? Luckily, they got MRC. All they had to pay was that $500 deductible when they went to take it in. Right? Isn't that crazy how much money that they saved? Rather than getting a totally new car, they get to keep the car that they really wanted, right? A 2016 BMW, and it's basically repaired for them almost for free, right? Just $500, just that $500 deductible, and then whatever they've been paying on the loan.
So even though the plan cost may seem a little expensive up front, sometimes rolling it into the loan hides that because it only increases their monthly payment by $10. What is that, like a couple Starbucks a month? So you can see how much it is. You can just see how much value MRC has. And we don't always see it on this end because we're the ones offering it. But then the member leaves, they drive the car for a couple of years, then they have the accident, they go to the mechanic, they file the claim, and we don't really see that side of it. So it's hard for us to really express like excitement about it when we don't know what's happening on the flip side. Is this product actually helping members? Is it working for members? Well, one thing that I really appreciate from insurance services is when George sends us pull shout-outs. So this is something he started doing a couple of years ago. Whenever you offered MRC and the member used it, they filed a claim, he'll actually keep track of how much that claim covered. And right here is a good example of one. I think this one was me. Back in April of 2019, she went to the mechanic, and MRC paid $2,300 for that. So that's quite a bit of money right there, especially when the deductible is only $250. And so it's really awesome when you get that recognition from Deaf Office. So you can see that this product does help members. It's actually useful. There's a point to offering it.
Exactly. So I'm going to ask you all a question. How much do you think was paid in claims on behalf of our members in 2019? So raise your hand if you think it's 735,000. No? 1.3 million or 2.3 million? That's right. 2.3 million was paid on behalf of our members in 2019 in claims. That's crazy. And the cool thing about it is the credit union actually didn't make any money in 2019 by offering these protection products. We actually lost money. So when we say that we're not trying to just sell it for our members, that's true because we're not making any money by offering it for them, right? So it's pretty cool. Okay. And then lastly, we do want to relate this all back to our brand drivers, not just the key drivers, but our overall brand drivers from the credit union. So how do you think that offering these protection products looks out for our members' financial well-being? Exactly. We're definitely tailoring it to our needs. Yoli, did you have something to add? Exactly. Like I said, the credit union didn't make any money last year by offering these protection products. They're relatively cheap. Gap Plus is only $450. MRC is considerably cheaper than what the dealership would offer. PSP is only like a couple dollars onto the loan, or a couple cents sometimes even. So definitely in that way, we're definitely looking out for their financial well-being. How does it make it easy to do business with us? Exactly. So when we fund their loan, we can automatically just add it onto the loan. They don't have to go anywhere else. They don't have to think about going anywhere else. They don't have to um, negotiate with the dealership for adding it. Definitely.
They don't have to go try to get another policy of life insurance, or they don't have to go through their auto insurance and add gap to that policy. Those are usually going to cost more than if they just get it in-house too, right?
And then also, it delivers a consistent experience across the credit union. So it's definitely important that we recommend these products because let's say somebody goes to Costa Mesa branch, Costa Mesa branch, for example, and or they had gotten their auto loan previously there, and then they came here to fund their auto loan, right? But what if at Costa Mesa branch they had never offered any of these products to them, and then something terrible had happened to their car, right? I'm sure we've had members that came in and said like, oh, I've never even heard anybody mention this before, right? So it's definitely important to bring these products to our members' awareness so that they know that we're also looking for their best interest, right?
So providing personalized service, how does that apply to these protection products? Exactly. We want to tailor it to their needs, and so that's how we can help in that manner. Is a name I can always trust. Danny, you hosted a meeting about trust last Monday, so that definitely talks to us. Members trust us. They come in here because of their past experiences. We've helped them before. We're always here when they fall in hard times. So this is where they're going to rely on our knowledge to advise them for their financial well-being. Lastly, has the right mix of products and services to meet my needs. I think we have a good mix right there for every auto loan. We cover it with Gap. We cover it with MRC and PSP. That's all the bases right there. That's a home run.
Yeah, what I used to remember it is that MRC protects the vehicle, GAP protects the loan, and then PSP protects you. So definitely just relating it back to all three bases, and then home run.
All right, thank you so much, guys. Let's have a good member service week.